I had a dream I was rich and I didn't want to wake up.
Got a 9 in the cut, got a cut 9 fiends, I was lining them up. Sim, like your cousin was up.
You gonna explain this stuff, man?
Huh?
You'll meet the Dons.
Yeah?
Meet the Dons with Big Doug.
Come on. Lean, get, come on. Scrap out here. Anything. So they need to fix the fuck up, man's out here, innit? Man's out here, blood. Screw back, back. Damn, man. Screw back, back. Damn, man. Screw back, back. Shut down the whole thing out here and all that. Screw back, back. Screw back, back. It's crazy seeing it now. It's just, it looks so like different from how it used to look when, or how I vision it in my head. It just used to, when I was younger, this used to feel like a fortress, like caged in. You used to feel so caged in, yeah? Like, growing up.
Was she always there or not?
Nah, that's new.
From what I know, obviously you come from a single...
Yeah, single mum, like, but basically, like, my mum remarried, but for, like, up until I was 6, like, my dad weren't about. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, and it was kind of mad because he'd filter in, filter out through life, but he was never there. And you know, like, sometimes as a man, you, like, or a boy, a child growing up, you want that influence from your dad, innit? And he was never about. So in terms of me growing up, you go and look for influences or male influences or male role models elsewhere, and it just so happens where man was finding that was on road. Even with the basketball, Trevor, he would be that male role model when we used to come here, because he would always be here and he would always like, do things and put on events for us and try to get us out there. So he was that male role model in this period of my life. My mum reminded me yesterday when I was telling her about what I was going to go and do, and she was like, remember to say I put you in private school. Like from the age of like 4 up until 9, I was in Riverston, which is like, you know, that.
What, in Blackheath?
In Blackheath with the socks, you know, the grey socks and the, you know what I'm saying?
We'll get the picture.
Yeah. I got the picture with the, you know, with the hats.
Yeah.
So she tried to put me through proper education. Yeah. She was paying for that shit. That shit weren't cheap. Do you get what I'm saying? She tried to set me up in a way that could give me the best head start in life as possible, but I feel like my decisions and what I gravitated towards was like, looking at this is a prime example of like graffiti streets, like you get what I'm saying? I'm not saying that we was well to do, because I feel like also her going out and having to work and do what she done gave me the freedom to then explore, and then before you know it, you get caught up in social groups and people that lead your life down a different path. Growing up, I don't know like what schools are like now, but your school had a reputation, was built on reputations of how much you fought. So it's like Eaglesfield, Woolwich Poly, known schools for fighting. Then you'd have like St. Joseph's, then you'd have like Archbishop Tennyson's, all these schools like just known for like the fighting. So we'll go into school and man be rocking every day. Like over mad stuff, stupid things like dinner tickets and that. like man ran up on man for his dinner ticket. Yeah. Like, no, I'm not giving you nothing, and we will scrap it out. When I moved from Eaglesfield and I went Thomas Tallis, it was mad because it was a mixed school. Yeah. So it was like, that was my first like real encounters with women, like girls, because like through school, like obviously man would encounter girls like in Woolwich when we was chilling back in the day and that, but on a flex where you're with them throughout the day and whatever, it was such getting used to, because I was so boisterous. So I'm coming in there like man might try and embarrass me in school and that, like, Dougie, you idiot, in front of a girl. I'm like, is this man? Yeah. And then you start to learn that you have to kind of like calm yourself down. Go down!
You're not going to walk around Plumstead and Woolwich and there's going to be 30 man out.
Yeah.
What was it like back then?
Back then, bro, like, we'll come out in the morning, like, say like on summer holidays, and we'll hit Woolwich and there's like 40 man. 40 man chilling, like, outside the train station. Like, those were the days where like you was proper squadded up, like, so on an everyday thing. And the police were less active. It wasn't like the police were coming and dispersing, man. You just know like you'll come here now and let's say this is the spot, and there'll be like 30 man. Couple man over there chatting, couple gal, like 20 man there, and it would just chill. Man might go grab a food, come back, but you're on the spot.
You know, you're only ever one day away from it all going wrong.
Yeah.
One decision from going wrong. Do you know what I mean?
Bro, that's real. That is so real.
At the same time, it's so much fun.
Yeah.
That's the worst thing about it.
Yeah.
But you're out and about and you're having a time, you're actually having the memories. Look at you're coming back now and you're thinking,
yeah,
you probably remember all them.
And this is how it was back in the day, like, bro. And then obviously they knocked the other side down and they're building new yards there, yeah. But it was like gritty, man.
When your mum was at work and she's doing a late shift, is that when you're sneaking out and that?
Yeah, like when mum was at work and doing all of that, that was when, like, yeah, man will get out and about. I'll be in Woolwich, I'll try to get out and get back in before she gets home or doing whatever. But those were the times when she was working a lot. And she had a distributor, but she was busy. She was out doing what she was doing, and I was just like, in her eyes, still innocent. Do you get what I'm saying? I think it was more when I moved to Greenwich where it maybe became more evident that I was like troublesome, and it was more barefaced. Like, I'm out, I'm coming back at 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning, where I'm just out on the block bunning weed. I'm high. You know what I'm saying? And it started to then, she started to maybe then realize that, okay, he's kind of out there.
Hey. Man, just shut down teams out here, bro.
And it's not our fault.
Shut down before the game even kicked off. Man was shook. They knew what time it was. You get me? DØNS out here, B. DØNS out here. Get that. Tell man to come and take us on our home pitch. You get me? I dare, man.
Did you start that up yourself? The free dog?
Yeah, the free dog. Yeah. You know, man's personality is just big and brash anyway. So it was one of them things. Let's see what the fans have to say about this, innit? Man wants to play, innit? Like, free dog, and it was just whatever, but then it just took off. And I think like that kind of saved my Don career, to be fair.
Been asking for you.
Huh?
Fans been asking for you.
They've been asking for me, yeah?
Yeah, man.
So then they need to fix the off cut. Man's out here, innit? Man's out here, blood. Tell them, vote for Doug to play, because he's not taking the piss. Put my hand up to play and my name don't go down on the list. You got me? Bang.
Greenwich was the transition where now I was going into year 10, year 11. I was smoking weed.
Oh my God.
I was now like, I'm trying to get money. Started selling a bit, smoking a lot, and just getting involved in that kind of lifestyle now. So it kind of starts to change the way you think. Once you start smoking weed and doing all that, your mind, especially at such a young age, you know what I'm saying? So you just become a different person, you know? So that was the turning point for me coming down to Greenwich, was that, you know, I started to get kind of involved in all that kind of activity. And then you can start going out, you start partying a bit, you start going to clubs, and you start living a different lifestyle. Feels mad though, man. Yeah, so number 5 is that one there, with the netting and that. That was man's block.
So at this stage you started shotting?
Yeah, at this stage I started shotting. We used to ban a lot of weed, and what we used to do was just buy a bit of it and give it to, you take that, show that to my brother and split it up. But then I would end up having a large chunk for myself, because I've sold like man at 1/8, man a quarter, and done whatever. And because of the pricing, I've worked out that I've maybe engineered the half ounce for myself. So that's how it started. It then kind of grew to where like man was starting to do it to kind of make a profit. But then even then I didn't understand the power of money. So even when I was selling it and doing other bits, it was more to fund my lifestyle, going out partying, buying clothes, doing all of that. I never understood the whole logic of stacking bread. Later down, as I got older a little bit now, it did start to become about the lust for money in it, and doing it because now the line's ringing, I can go get bread. But even then, just as much as it was coming in, it was just as much as I was spending it. I think the way that I was living and how I am as a person, maybe if I made too much money and stacked too much bread and had too much money around me, I could be dead now. I could have maybe partied myself into an early grave, or got myself into a position where people would have been onto me. Do you get what I'm saying? So it worked the way it was meant to work, and you know, I'm grateful for how my life has turned out now.
A lot of people, who aren't from like these sort of environments would look and say, well, your job title was drug dealer.
Yeah, for a long time.
Do you know how bad that sounds?
Yeah, for a long time.
And we're not trying to glamorize it, because if we were glamorizing it, it's almost like we're encouraging people who are in similar environments to say, oh, it's just part of your journey. It's okay. You can get yourself out of that. But the truth is that It's a lifestyle.
Yeah, it was a lifestyle,
And
man.
it was a real lifestyle
Yeah.
that a lot of people who are in our environment can relate to. So
But-
what did you want to be? Like, obviously when you was growing up.
Yeah, what did I want to be?
Yeah, what did you want to do? Like, did you have any sort of, I don't know, talent or anything like that?
I used to do music. So I used to go studio, used to go Unit 10 down in Woolly Road. Used to put spit a few bars and that.
Not everyone knows what Unit 10
Yeah,
is. so you can't just drop it
So
in.
Unit 10 was like a studio in Woolly Road, where I'd say it was more for like the Peckham Boys and that, like gigs and that used to go there. Like it was them man's studio, innit? Like shout out Universe, who used to run the studio there. Like, but that was that place. You get me? You even catch that man G Fresh used to go there. You catch that man Mad B's older brother used to be there.
Mad B's older brother.
Mad B's older brother used to be there.
So
Mad B has a brother.
Yeah. So that's how I know Mad B. Like I know Mad B through his older brother because I knew his brother.
Yeah.
So like that's how it is. You get me? So it's like I knew his older brother, so I know them differently. But yeah, like gigs used to use it. That's where I like the man put like Test at the 9 was recorded there. Where all them big tunes, yeah, man was there for all of that. So like Trident got man the first time, they got man again. So I was like went through a whole trial. But then when I was in.
You're telling me Trident?
Yeah.
Trident came, raided the house?
Yeah, Trident raided the house. So Trident nicked man the first
You
time,
can't
yeah.
just rush a story like that, dog.
I'm gonna get in.
Not everyone, I'm not trying to get
Yeah. So basically, the first time round when I got nicked, I was on my way to Southampton. Cut a long story short, the person I was with was being watched for Islamic terrorism and extremism, but we didn't know this. He was being watched. He just come out of prison. He'd being watched. He was on the watch list. Yeah, I went and picked him up from Kew Gardens. We was going to Southampton to drop some work off and do some bits and pieces up there, and then on the motorway, Trident did a hard stop with guns out, like smashed up the car, like shooting out tires. Man got a real hard stop. You get me? Then I just see like a car pull up on the just before we started to get to the motorway bit, and like we was coming through like Twickenham. I see a car pull up, and I just see a guy hanging out of it with like an AR, like a big assault rifle, just hanging out the back window of the car. So bro, I've seen that, and I've just seen my man just hit there with the gun on us, and I've just slammed on my brake and went like that. And before you know it, the window started smashing in, and it was like, yeah, dragging man out the car, bust my seatbelt, pulled me out, face down, gun to the back of my head, knee on my back, and I could just hear like the thing smashing, like you know, like it's all moving so quick, but like they're just shooting at the tire, like just hearing all of this shit, glass smash, all sorts of shit, and then they out, like cause my guy, I knew he was wanted, or not knew he was wanted, but I couldn't.
You knew you had something going on.
Yeah, like I couldn't see him. I just knew he was on the other side of the car. When I heard the shots, I don't know if he was getting shot. You know, like you just didn't know what was going on, kind of thing.
You
Yeah.
want to look up?
I was face down. I couldn't. I was face down with the big thing to the back of my head, fam. I couldn't.
When you got arrested, like obviously you're in the cell now.
Yeah.
Surely you're thinking you're done.
Thinking I'm done, especially when they held me for so long. So they arrested me like the day that Mark Duggan got shot. So I was just in the cell for the longest of time with no information because everyone started rioting. So there was no police to process us. So I'm in the police station thinking, what's going on? Getting limited information, not understanding why I'm here for so long. They're like trying to search. Also, I know they're trying to search known addresses for me as well. So this was the turning point in my life, because when I come out now, my girl was like, at the time was like, look, you're staying with me, look, I found you a job, you start on Monday. So she found me a labouring job. So I was like, alright.
Son, put your helmet off. Put your harness off. Cheat. Danny doing the challenge.
You've gone from the high life of being able to buy the.
Yeah.
You're wearing the fresh. You're going to Lawrence 2-3 times a week.
Yeah. Guy West End, Blair doing my thing. Pabito, but I think Pabito was long before that. But like, this is like, man's gonna go Selfridges, do this, Harrods, whatever. Nah, man ain't got no bread. Like no form of mad income. Like some of the money that the police took, I got back, but it wasn't nothing major. That was maybe like money that was just gonna help me carry on, get through like this little hard period of time, which it did. And then like now it got to a point where now I'm actually reliant on what I earn. Cousin Sim now, he's on the railway. So he's like, bro, you need to come on the railway. Like, this is where the money's at. I'm like, boy, I'm doing £1,200 a month every 4 weeks now. Like, I've got a job that's paying me £300 a week, yeah? I'm like, boy, I'm kind of, you know what I mean, settling, I'm doing all right here, you know, like, but £1,200 a week's nothing. He was like, look, just get your PTS card, and then in between what you're doing now, you can come and do like a 1 extra shift on the railway, and bring in a little extra bread each week on top of what you're earning now. So he eventually convinced me to do it. It was the best thing I ever did in my life.
Still got what you're wearing now, your own merch.
Oh yeah.
Don't even try and not drop that in.
What you say with the lean gang
The
thing?
lean gang.
Cardboard.
How did that even come about?
Oh, what the lean gang thing? Well, basically it come about from the DONS, really. I've been blessed to be on a platform where being put out there to the world, so it only made right that I utilised the opportunity and not just sit on my hands. So I did the gym tops, which were like lean on the man tops that I did. They went all right, I sold them, did whatever, but then I kind of fell back because with my work and I was making my money and doing whatever, so it was like, there was hunger, but there wasn't, I was content. Finally in my life, I was kind of in a good place, legit, where I was kind of content, so I kind of sat on it. But then the second lockdown now, the first lockdown was when in my head I was like, nah, like man needs to do like pattern this up. So here now, let me reverse into this bit here.
Before you start that, I saw a comment here and I'm gonna add to that.
Yeah.
Don't forget, you know, that you're in their place filming videos.
The Bradford beat, you know.
Yeah. Same way they said that they know that you have the van.
I don't know, man. I don't know, but this is, we'd have to get this shot in and out, you know, like that. By the time I got to this stage in my life, I was playing for the DONS.
Oh, you're in?
Yeah, I'm in the DONS. By this time, this is what, 2016? 2016, I'm 2016, yeah, 2015, 2016, we're already starting playing for the DONS. But I don't feel it was filming. This was like, before we started filming and that. My journey happened for the DONS kind of while I was at like that transition of being legit. Like when I was working and stuff like that, I was playing football, like just kind of living a normal life.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? And then obviously, Mitch found me.
Mitch found you.
Mitch found me.
What was it? What was his? If he broke down your player profile, what would he have written down?
He would have written down Pacey Striker.
Pacey Striker.
Yeah. Everything that when I used to do it on the pitch would be just from my imagination of thinking it then. Like, and I feel like I always say this, I don't feel like with the DONS, because I've always been out of shape or never fit, I've never given a true account to how good of a footballer I can be.
So many memories.
Giving my memories, but there's so much.
Hold on. I've seen you score headers. The beast that look.
Yeah.
I've seen goals where you scored with your weak. I don't even. What foot are you?
I'm left-footed.
Is that dog? Do this in me.
Dog.
See?
Anything for the
What does SC DONS mean to you though?
It means everything now, because I'm at that stage with it now, like it's a part of me. Do you get what I'm saying? I'm not just here kicking ball or whatever, I live it. Like, do you get what I'm saying? Like, I live this shit, I rep it. Like, it's giving me the opportunity to be where I'm at now and put myself out there to the world in the way that I can now. Do you get what I'm saying? So it's opened doors for me, so I am truly grateful for the SC DONS. Do you get what I'm saying? And what the man them have done to get us on this platform to do where we can change. This could change, like, it's not even, it's changed my life.
Your favourite memories so far in the journey? I can't say if the journey's still going on now.
One, before we started filming, when we played a game in Crayford, and it was like the semi-final, we got into the quarter-final, or the quarter-final and got into the semis, yeah, and just just being in the changing room, like, and because we always used to lose. So to win that game and go through to the next round of the cup was just like, and everyone dancing was like, yeah. In the changing room, yeah. And those are the things that stick out for me, like the 11s, like going to some of these places, and I think that's when you actually really get to see your fan base. People that have been sending you messages for ages, and then you go to a game, and then they say, oh, we're gonna be at the game, and they come and greet you, and like, oh, I'm such and such from Instagram. And these are people that have been following you for time, showing you mad love, and you never get to see them, and then you see them there, like, and put a face to the name and stuff like that, and just like people, like, just that is what makes this journey so sick.
Who's the best player at the Dons?
Who's the best player?
Yeah, apart from yourself, of course.
Apart from myself, I'd say it would be Juvenis.
Oh.
No, listen, leadership qualities and everything in terms of ambition, leadership, and being like a leader and a prominent figure, you do all of that. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, if you're the perfect example of that, do you get what I'm saying? Plus your goalkeeping skills are off the chain as well, which I was chatting to man, I don't know how you ain't gone pro, like, or not being called up, because
I love the Dons too much.
Love the Dons too much, but you've got that kind of quality. But in terms of a magician on the pitch and what they do, like, give me Jackson Mix's skills with Zach's finishing. Do you get what I'm saying?
What a player that
what a player that would be.
What message would you be giving the Doug who was 14 years old? Would you have told him, get your head down in school and do that and get to this stage?
Yeah.
Or would you say trust the process?
I think looking at how my life turned out, yeah, I'm blessed that it's through all what I went through, and like for the qualifications that I got and where I'm at and the things I've done to be where I'm at, I'm blessed. So if the 14-year-old me was to take this same path and come out where I'm at now, it wouldn't be a bad thing. But at the same time, I wish I would be able to tell 14-year-old me, like, bro, get your head down. Like, get your head down, get your mind right, sort your shit out, like, focus, get your education, like, learn maths, English. These are the things that are gonna help you going forward if you're gonna grow. Like, yeah, I wouldn't have maybe said go college and go uni, but start working towards where you want to go. I would have kind of just pushed myself to be more creative and more understanding of like what kind of life I want to live and where I want to go, and
that masculine shit.
That masculine shit. You know what I'm saying?
Base on that.
Yeah.
You and Pounds.
Me and Pounds, bro. Yeah, come on. Winners Talking podcast, bro.
Big things to discuss.
Big things
with
to
you,
talk about, yeah.
Emergency alpha meeting.
I'm kind of excited because I don't even know what's going on
it's
today.
An emergency alpha meeting today, Doug. I've had to call it on, but you know.
Like, that came about Pounds, I know Pounds' cousin, Daps. So Daps just hit me up and said, do you want to do a podcast? Like, a podcast? What's like? I don't know nothing about. What's a podcast? Like, I don't watch podcasts. What's that? Yeah. I'm like, bro, I don't know what a podcast is. I was like, but yeah, he kind of pitched the concept to me, and I was like, ah, cool, fuck it, I'll do it. Yeah, we shot the first one, and yeah, I think a couple outlets kind of reposted it. Made You Think was a major one that soon from the first episode, he put like the masculine shit, and the masculine, where's the masculinity gone kind of episode, and it just went from there. But it was like, you know, really we're just talking on real life shit, you know what I'm saying? We're not fabricating it, we're not gassing it up, we're not overdoing it. Like,
I remember when I was watching it, even to the point where I was like, Doug, like, you and Pounds have been so consistent. And that's been the basis of everything that SC Dons has been on.
Listen.
But then on top of that, I remember even seeing Jadon Sancho sharing it.
Yeah, bro,
and
that was big.
I was like, that's not a small kind of shout.
Nah, bro, nah, that's not
authentic as well.
Authentic, fam. Like, when Jadon Sancho shouted it out, I was gassed because I think I was at work. or something, and you know, you get the notification. So I got the notification, and I see something like Jadon or Sancho. I see it. I was like, I can't even bust this open yet. Like, I need to leave work. Like, I needed to take a minute. Like, I wasn't even ready for it. I was like, rah. Then I think I left it, and then I think I left work, and I was at the petrol station. I was like, oh shit. I was on the phone. I was like, no, I need to come off the phone. I need to check what's happened. Then when I've gone on it now, I've seen that he's reposted it. I was like, You know, and when you check his story, it was the only thing that he had posted that day was the winners talking thing. And I was like, bro, that for us was huge. Like,
I've seen even women watching it because you're seen as a bit of a catch. Is that the point? You get a lot of love from all the women.
Bruv, listen, I'm grateful for all the love, but it's like, if that's what you want and what you're about, it's how you conduct yourself, innit? Do you get what I'm saying? And I think women will always find men that are striving to do better, be better, and do things in life more attractive than someone who's just bumming it.
So they need to fix the fuck up, man's out here, innit? Man's out here, blood. Screw up, back, back. Damn, man.
Big Doug Back. The man them. I'm gonna ask you the first question from late TXN1. What's the best dongo?
My best dongo?
Yeah, go on, your best one.
My best dongo would be... Oh, the free kick. Has to be the free kick. Has to be the free kick in Tamworth. Yeah, that's my best dongo so far, man.
From Tommy Dunderdale, who'd win in the Dons Royal Rumble?
Who would win the Dons Royal Rumble?
Yeah.
Definitely be me, Drops, and G in the last three. Triple threat. And someone's getting dashed out. Cowboy.
From AHL, why aren't you at the fight? I reckon you banging a couple of goals.
Come on, you know what? That's all down to that's Mitchell, you know. That's Crook. Because these men don't shout me when the fives is on. I'd come down and slap a little bit like I don't need the run out. You see the belly lockdown 3.0 got me f***ed up. So I'll definitely come for the run out. But that's all down to Mitchell. So jump on Mitch. If you want to see me at the fives, put Doug to play. You get me?
I didn't ask you this yet. You can see there's a question, so I didn't ask this yet.
Yeah.
Harvey was 18 yet. He was just staying between just in case, yeah. He's Doug on steroids.
Bruv, nah, man. Nah, bro. How can I look at me, man? Do I look like I'm on red?
Yeah, and you can see it's an actual question as well.
Yeah.
Trying to get me killed out here.
Come on. Yeah.
How you cross 10? Would you replace Zach Hanser up front?
Cool. No way, man. Come on, Zach's the man. Zach is the man. Come on, you know how much I rate that brother. So that's a definite no. Big boy Zach. Bro, irreplaceable. Come on, doing bits up top for us. You know what I'm saying? Scoring bangers. Listen, everyone, just follow your dreams, man. Follow your dreams. Pattern up your life. Don't. You know what I mean? Don't leave things to chance. Just keep pushing, keep striving for big things. You know what I'm saying? Also, so to shout out the sponsors and that. You don't know, German Doner Kebabs. Got the boss box. This is what I always pattern out. You don't know when I come here, I'm always getting the boss box because that's what bosses do. Don't know.
So they need to fix the fuck up, man's out here, innit? Man's out here, blood. Screw up, back, back. Damn, man.